Yo, what's good, everybody? It's Tuesday. It's 6 o'clock.
Yes,
That
sir.
means Shoot Your Shot podcast is here with a lot to talk about after a pretty interesting week 4 in the NFL. This is episode 33.
33.
Yeah, episode 33. This is our Scottie Pippen episode. But we won't be talking about Scottie, but shout outs to Scottie. As always, we are still not sponsored by Essential Water. Vic still ain't got his case.
Nah, it's right here.
Okay. King Vic, what's good? There it
Just want
is.
to give a birthday shout out to my bro Bones.
All water. It is all water.
Birthday.
It's Bones' birthday.
It's Bones' birthday. The big
Happy birthday to that man.
Happy
Yep.
birthday to him. He down with the Essential Boys.
Yeah, I seen the picture. That was dope.
Just hope everything going good for him on his day. You know what I'm saying?
I hope he's drinking anything but Essentia right now.
Yeah.
And Johnny.
Liquor all day.
Johnny.
Jack, Easy Jesus, whatever.
Oh, that shit. That E&J, boy. That was my shit.
And you drink that now, you just need to just kill yourself.
You know, the young bucks don't know about that E&J. They don't know about it.
You get fooled.
So, and as y'all can see, we got Dasani Boy in here, hardcore Miami Dolphin fan. Y'all probably seen him in the chats before. Sometimes as Derek B, sometimes as unknown Facebook user, but he always making comments. Derek is here. He'll be talking about his really bad Miami Dolphin team. I don't want to get into it too early because I'm sure we're gonna have plenty of shit to talk. So Derek, welcome to the Shoot Your Shot podcast.
Welcome.
Thank you. Good to be here. Yeah, good to be here.
We've been trying to get you for a minute. Finally, the schedule lined up. So,
Yep, since my loss to Joe in that voting.
It's all good.
That's it.
Good shot. Yeah. Good. You tried. You get an A for effort.
Yeah.
So pretty interesting week 4 in the NFL. Had some upsets, some blowouts, some teams pulling it out and getting a victory, even though people like Vic doubted them on Thursday night. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about another couple underachieving teams, couple overachieving teams. So let's get it started with none other than Vic's 49ers. Let's start off with that. He's taking shots at my Knicks. We're gonna start early with his 49ers. How you feeling? You don't see Suicide Watch yet?
For what? To be 2-2? Of course not.
Yeah.
No, not at all. But who did I pick to win?
You picked Seattle.
Of course I picked Seattle because I'm smart. I use my brain and not my heart. We just didn't take advantage of not turnovers, but we didn't take advantage of turnovers on downs. Jimmy got injured early. Trey Lance was inserted into the lineup, played the whole second half. Didn't look bad, didn't look great.
He went 9 for 18, 157, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions.
Yeah, didn't look
41 rushing yards though.
Didn't look bad, didn't look great. One of the plays came off a broken play to Deebo Samuel. I think that was like a 50-something yard touchdown. So that was a big bulk of yards right there. But it wasn't nothing that shot off the TV screen that made me say, yeah, this is our future. Not yet, at least. But like I said, we don't know what our identity is on offense nor defense. Our defensive backfield is still banged up. I know I come in and I say that every week, which is true. The play calling is still suspect in my eyes, which is true. So moving forward, it's just going to be Russian roulette. I don't know what team I'm going to get.
Yeah. Do we know the status of Jimmy?
It's a light contusion. He has a good chance to play Sunday.
That's not bad. I'm gonna look real quick. Who y'all got on Sunday?
I believe it was a late contusion.
Cardinal. Yeah, y'all need him. Y'all gonna need him for Sunday.
So
that's a big game next week.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that on Thursday.
The Rams.
No, the Cardinals.
The
Cardinals.
Cardinals have.
The only undefeated team left in the league, the Arizona Cardinals. Nobody saw that coming.
So we'll see.
You don't think
we'll
Lance would be a good option?
Trey?
Yeah, because
Not
I mean he
against the
can run. He had
Cardinals.
41 yards in this. Yeah.
I mean, if Jimmy can't go, that's our only option. I mean, a leg contusion. I mean, can Jimmy move? So yeah, if he can't, if he's not as mobile, then yeah, I would go with Trey Lance and hope he can
Isn't
work magic.
Isn't the contusion like pretty much like just a bruise though? Like
Yeah,
a bone bruise?
like a bone bruise, but it hurts.
Yeah. If yeah, but if I feel like unless it's more serious than they let on, if they don't play him, then it's definitely Kyle Shanahan trying to do some setup. I feel like
pretty much trying to get Jimmy out and Trey in, which I can see that happening. You drafted him number what pick was he?
5,
7?
I think.
Yeah, something like that. So
4 or 5. I thought he was
something
5.
like that. So
He
yeah,
traded with the Dolphins, I think.
so I could definitely see
he was
them
a number
try to
3 pick.
number 3. So
Oh,
I mean, if we're gonna move forward with Trey, get what you can for Jimmy. If you're gonna, if you're gonna move, if you put your chips all in, get what you need for Jimmy, and pray that it works.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think Shanahan has been putting the kibosh on Garoppolo all year, and
It feels that way.
yeah,
It shows in the play calling.
Yeah, he's finally got what he wanted. A hurt Garoppolo and a chance to take him out, right? And go with Trey. I don't know. I mean, right now your record is 2-2, so you get the opportunity to play 13 games, and whatever happens, it's on you. You can't say when I got here we had a losing record, so if the Niners end up having a failed season, then you can't really blame Garoppolo.
I just feel like it's just shady. I mean, if your intention the whole way was to get the rookie in there, which is okay if that's what you're trying to do, just come out and say it, or just come out and do it. Don't kind of be sneaky and try to almost sabotage the team in a sense. Try to make this dude look bad and wait for him to get hurt. Like, I don't know, it just seems a little.
What had me most confused is this was the team Tom Brady wanted to go to. And if you didn't want Tom Brady and you felt Garoppolo was good enough for you not to go with Tom Brady, like what the hell happened between then and now to where you don't want Garoppolo anymore? You could have had Tom Brady back there. I just don't. That's what I don't understand. Like, I could see you like, all right, you didn't want Garoppolo, but you don't want Brady. Works with anyone. Brady is showing he can work with anyone.
yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't see why he wouldn't work with Shanahan. Like, it seemed like Shanahan liked to dink and dunk. He don't want to go deep. He won't let Garoppolo go deep. So that's pretty much Brady's game right there. He had a great running back. I don't know. Brady loves tight ends.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me Brady and Kittle can't work some sort of magic?
And Gronk. I bet you Gronk would have gone to the Niners.
Gronk would have came to San Francisco and would have been like nasty. The second option tight end and let Kittle like do what he do. Like, I don't know. And everyone that followed Tom to the Buccaneers would have followed him to San Fran. So you got Antonio Brown probably in San Francisco.
Yep.
So I think the same thing happens. Brady comes to San Francisco, and you see how him and Bruce Arians were bumping heads the first few games, and Bruce said, "Go ahead, man, do you? I'm gonna let you do you." And once he allowed that to happen, the Bucs started winning. So the same thing happens. He comes to San Fran. him and Shanahan maybe clashing and bumping heads the first few games, and then Shanahan says, "You know what? Go ahead, man. Do what you do," and I see the same outcome. So I don't know. I don't know how you go from loving Garoppolo to where you don't want Brady to all of a sudden I don't want Garoppolo now. I'd rather have Trey Lance. Is Trey Lance better than Brady?
Which Garoppolo doesn't even show you a reason why you would want to get rid of him outside of injuries. We're just talking about just playing, his skill set. It's not like Garoppolo was out there stinking it up. That I will understand. But what's the reason for you to get rid of him? Just I get it. He's injury prone. I get that part. But when he's out there, he performs. The numbers show it.
Yep.
That's true. I agree with that.
I mean, he's easily a top 10 quarterback when healthy. Easily.
That stuff.
I don't know about like, top 10.
Yeah, I don't know about top 10.
15, maybe top 15.
15, maybe not top 10.
You know, maybe even 12. Like, but 15 and 10 is like is kind of tight.
Yeah.
You know, you got some quarterbacks that's in there already. It's kind of tight, but I mean that is true. When healthy, he does show results, and I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Maybe the problem is Shanahan. Maybe you need to get rid of him.
Yeah,
maybe. Some got to shake one way or the other.
That's 2 blown Super Bowls in a row for Mr. Shanahan.
So let's take it over to Joe's squad. The Jets, they played the Tennessee Titans, who were shorthanded. Didn't have Julio, didn't have wasn't AJ
Jets,
Brown.
We always shorthanded.
But they had Henry.
So
they had Henry.
They did have Henry, and he did his thing. But the Jets won it off of a missed field goal from Randy Bullock, who I did tell the people, Joe, on my line. I called it before that man even touched the field. I said he known for missing big kicks. In Cincinnati, I don't know how many games he lost us. I knew y'all had it in the bag when they was going for that kick, and I saw Randy Bullock was their kicker. So how you feel about the win? I mean, you had it over for them, or a tie. But then they squeaked it out. So how you feeling about that?
Man, talk your shit.
I mean, they did what they supposed to do, man. They took advantage of a shorthanded Titans team. Great second half work by Zach Wilson. I know I come in here and I bash him every week, and I say that things aren't looking better, but that second half last week or Sunday, he showed, great poise, control. He didn't turn the ball over in the second half. He threw 2 touchdowns, kept the Jets in it, and I'm just happy that kicker botched it. I don't know what's going on with these kickers today, but they can't hit nothing. I've seen a lot of missed kicks over the last 2 weeks and kicks that shouldn't have been made. But the Jets did what they were supposed to do. They took advantage of a shorthanded Titans team, went in there at home and got that W. Hopefully things will start to look up. All the pieces on offense is coming back. Crowder played great, and hopefully this will start to snowball into at least 5 to 6 victories this year. I'm not asking for much, but hopefully 5 or 6 wins is definitely a step in the right direction. If Zach Wilson could control the turnovers and keep them low, I see good things happening. That's all you got to do. You ain't got to throw 100 touchdowns, but don't throw 50 interceptions. Try to keep them turnovers to a minimum. Keep the ball on the offensive side, and that's it.
Yeah, I had not watched him play, Wilson, or the Jets play at all yet until they switch that game over. So the only thing that I've seen was kind of the good version of him, that he displayed in that late fourth quarter and overtime. And he didn't look bad. Tennessee has a pretty good defense, and to have really no big name targets, I don't think he's doing half bad. So, think.
I just want to thank Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill's a bum.
Hey, I've been saying it since week one.
That guy
told me I was crazy.
He's a glutton. He's a glutton for sacks. He's a glutton for punishment.
He's like that with Miami.
Yeah, he got sacked 7 times Sunday, and at least 5 of them he just stood there and got sacked. He didn't even look to get out of the way or throw the ball away. He just stood there and just got sacked. I'm just looking at him dude, do something. Move around, throw the ball away, something, and nothing. 7 sacks. That's crazy.
Yeah. That always confused me because he was a wide receiver in college. Yeah, you think you can run and move.
He's not showing any of that because
that man looked like Dan Marino. He ain't going nowhere. He's staying in that pocket.
He just sat
he don't
there.
throw like Dan Marino.
He just sat there and got sacked 7 times. So, thank you, Ryan Tannehill, for playing the way you played, because you made that a lot easier. Because I didn't think we would still win it, because it's the Jets, and sometimes shit don't go the Jets' way, and Ryan Tannehill made sure the Jets ended up on the W side of that game. So thank you, Ryan.
Send that man a case of Essentia.
I got you, Ryan. You got a nice
I'm
case
telling you,
of Essentia.
Tennessee just need to pull the trigger. They need to trade whatever they need to get Deshaun Watson over there, and that's a dynamic offense.
That's scary. We don't want that.
I don't, honestly, as an AFC team fan, I don't, but
scary.
That would
just be Eagles. He's tied to the Eagles for sure.
The Eagles,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eagles and Dolphins keep popping up.
We'll see. I'd rather go to Philly than Miami, but
I don't know what Philly got other than
I don't know who they got either, but they were tearing up Kansas City in the first half.
All right, look,
how that work out?
Kansas City ain't got no defense though.
Yeah, that defense is atrocious. We could put a team together and score at least once or twice against Kansas City.
Yep.
That defense.
So
is terrible.
we all picked Tennessee to win, so all 3 of us were wrong. I think I said it already, but Vic picked Seattle. Me and Joe picked the 49ers. So me and Joe are wrong on that one. So we'll go to the Thursday night game, my Cincinnati Bengals against Jacksonville. This was like a battle of 4 different teams, because we looked like one team in the first half. They looked like one team in the first half. Then both teams just switched it in the opposite direction in the second half. It was – that first half was hard to watch. I'm not going to lie to you. It was hard to watch. I thought the primetime curse was coming for us again. But I think we had the ball 4 times in the second half, scored all 3 or 4 times. The rookie kicker, he missed one early, made the game winner. His second one this year, so I'm pleased. What are we 3-1? I think. I don't even think I had us starting 3-1. I think I had us at 2-2 to begin the year. But Trevor Lawrence looked good in the first half. It was running that read option with who's the running back they had? Jacksonville.
Robertson.
Robinson.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look real good running that option play in the first half, and he made a couple of our linebackers look pretty bad, but we shut that shit down in the second half. So I'm pleased with my team. I can't complain. We had T. Higgins was out. Our starting wide receiver Jesse Bates was out. Our starting safety, another one of our corners was out. So we had a lot of starters out and still found out a way to win.
He had Boyd and Chase.
He did his thing.
A lot of weapons.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, people don't kind of count out Tyler Boyd. I mean, he's an elite receiver. Well, maybe not elite, but he's a really good receiver in the league that a lot of people sleep on, and he stepped up. CJ Uzomah had 2 touchdowns. I think they said almost a year to the day when he blew out his knee last year. They said it was a Thursday night game. I think week 2. This is week 4, Thursday night game. So good comeback story for him. So I'm pleased with it. Joe Mixon did get hurt at the end of the game, but they're saying that's just a ankle sprain, nothing serious. He's pretty much just day to day or week to week, I think they said. So more than likely he'll be back. We got a big game against Green Bay, I think. Should be a good one. I'm going to have to call Blake and talk some shit. That's Derek's brother, Blake, who's a Packers fan for some reason. But yeah, we look good. Me and Joe predicted that victory. Vic picked Jacksonville, which I feel like I saw a lot of people picking Jacksonville. I don't know if people were just trolling or what, but
they don't take Cincinnati serious yet.
As they shouldn't.
As they shouldn't. I mean, so we only 3-1.
Yeah, but
it's looking.
Y'all's quarterback's good though.
Like it's
Who's their quarterback? The Boomer Sox? Oh, Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow. Boomer Esiason.
Yeah, like it's Jacksonville. I could see if they were playing a different team. I was shocked it was this close. I didn't think it was going to be this close. I'm still not impressed with Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, me neither.
You can make that face all you want. He's a quarterback, not a running back. Until he shows me something with that arm, I'm not impressed. You can run all you want. You can run all day. That doesn't impress me.
Interception throwing machine.
Yep. Yeah, like run all you want. You're not showing me nothing with your arm. So until then,
he was 17 for 24 with 204 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions.
No touchdowns,
he carried the ball 8 times for only 36 yards, but had a touchdown.
The no interceptions is the only thing that I felt like he did good at, because if you look at every other game, he got 7 interceptions already. And
you could definitely see he was playing careful against us. Right. I'm not saying we have this crazy defense. We're not a turnover type of defense, but he was definitely playing it careful, even with our starting safety and corner out. He was
sacking once, I think, too.
And like I said, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed yet, especially for a number 1 pick. Number 1 overall pick. I expected to see something, a little more, but not yet. And we'll see. I
think all the rookie QBs, are struggling.
I agree, but
for the most part,
they showing me something. We'll get to another rookie quarterback later in Chicago, but I don't know. I'm just not impressed yet. We'll see.
Yeah, especially when last year you had 2 rookie quarterbacks who came out and kind of showed out from the jump. I mean, Joe Burrow only played half of a year, but that half a year he played, he was putting up numbers, and then you got Justin Herbert in LA.
Justin Herbert, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they both came in day one looking way. Week 1, Joe Burrow looked way better than Trevor Lawrence has. Period. or really any of these rookies, and same with Herbert. So, they're going to get compared. I mean, they had this game, billed as the last two number one picks going up against each other, and right now, I don't think it's even close. Even with half a year miss, Joe Burrow looks miles ahead of Trevor Lawrence, in my opinion, and that's not my Cincinnati Bengals biased either.
So now next week they got the Titans, and then they got your Miami Dolphins. So I don't know. I'm still looking for that game. I'm still looking for that game where you show us why you was the number one pick. Something efficient, 2-3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Like, show us something. Like I said, you could run all day. That running stuff doesn't impress me as a quarterback.
Well, can DJ Chark stay on the sideline for a full game? I mean, that's your main receiver. That's your Pro Bowl receiver. He can't stay on the field.
I mean, I looked at it like the run game was working good enough to where you could have used play action and you could have did other things to utilize what you got around you, So it's not like, you out there with nobody. You're running back.
That running back looked really good.
Yeah,
Robinson, he looked really good.
He ran over 1,000 last year.
So it's like you got something, that the Schnook guy almost had 100 yards. He had 99 yards. So it's like you got guys on the field. You're just not looking for them. Like, he was looking to run at one point more than looking to pass the ball.
Yeah.
So it's like, go out there and show us. Like, sling it, man. Gunsling it. Like, let's go back to Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning as a rookie did what he did. Then he set a record for what? Interceptions.
Yeah, like 28
of rookie. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we not gonna fault you if you throw them. It's just the point of we don't want you to catch a Ben Simmons syndrome where you're afraid to throw now and you just looking to run. Go out there and throw it, and you'll get better. You'll get better with accuracy and everything in the NFL if you do it. But if you're not doing it, then it don't matter who you got out there. There was a few plays where guys was open and he's just looking to run.
Tunnel vision.
I think it also has a lot to do with that they run the option so much. He's trying to do too much.
This ain't college where guys, like, all it takes is one hit.
This ain't college, but his coach is who?
I agree with that.
It's going to take time.
It is, but I look at it like this. Your coach is the coach on the sideline. Once you get under that center and you see, you become the coach now. If you change up a play, you're not going to get in trouble unless the play fails, unless you failing out there. Then that's different. But if you see something and you switch it up and you call audibles or you change something up, like, as long as it's resulting to something good, hey, man, you're not going to get in trouble for that. So at the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do because this is your career on the line, not Meyer. Urban Meyer can go back to college. You can't.
Right.
If Urban Meyer stink it up and they fire him, there's going to be 50 colleges lining up to get him back. Trevor Lawrence, you're done in college. You're not going back to college. So it's either here or what? The CFL or some shit? Like, where you want to go?
G League.
G League, Arena League? Like,
G League.
Come on.
Flag football.
Show us why. Yeah. Show us why you're the number one pick. Go out there, throw the ball. Do something, man. Because right now, I mean, if guys are impressed or somebody's impressed, that's on them. Me personally, I'm not. I need to see more.
So we're going to stay in the state of Florida with with another team that's pretty garbage. Yeah, it's
Tampa?
Miami Dolphins.
Oh, I thought it was Tampa.
Yeah, no, there's only one good team in Florida right now, and they are not in Miami. Miami
Nope.
took a loss to the Colts, who had previously hadn't won a game yet.
Yep.
So they 27-17. Carson Wentz played. Jacoby Brissett. Those are the two starting quarterbacks. So they're try to defend your what was it, AFC champion Dolphins at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
There's a lot of y'all in the chats that haven't been back since. That's all I'm going to say.
I mean, to be honest, I feel like Tua runs that offense way better than Brissett. He shows up in the fourth quarter, which is good, but he struggles the rest of the game, and we have no running game. I mean, we can't run the ball. And then, that quarterback, I mean, he even when he was a starter with the Colts, he can't pass the ball. So, I mean, I don't know.
Your leading rusher was Malcolm Brown with 23 yards.
Yep. Yeah,
2.9 yards per carry.
Yeah, Parker looked good. Gesicki looked good. But, I mean, Fuller broke his finger, and he's out for like 3 weeks now. So, it's like, it's like one thing after another. We lost our starting center. The line's hurt. It kind of reminds me of like the minus is not as talented as the 49ers, but last year when the 49ers, everyone got injured. I feel like that's happening with the Dolphins this year. Like, step by step, everyone's getting hurt. So,
and when you're a fringe team, you cannot afford to get everyone hurt. Because when you go from all right and then you lose 2-3 starters, you go from all right to trash pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, we're losing. We don't have 2 starters on the offensive line. So our best offensive lineman is on IR right now, and that's a center who didn't even start last year. So Dieter.
I know that feeling.
Yeah.
I know that feeling.
Yeah. Bench players be your best offensive lineman. You got first-round picks on that line who are not even rated better than that guy. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. The defense is. I mean, we had like 3 or 4 sacks, against them, but I mean, still can't stop the run. And I mean, I don't know, it's confusing because having Howard and Jones, I mean, you would think, but I mean, you can only stop the pass for so long when they keep putting the other team on the field because the Dolphins ain't got no movement.
Y'all had 2 sacks.
Yeah, was it 2? It was 3 because Phillips had a half a sack with a guy, and then I can never say his name right. Ogba or something like that had 2 sacks.
Ogba had 1, and Iguavion and Phillips each split 1.
Okay. Yeah, for some reason I thought he had 2.
Half a sack might be the dumbest stat in sports. I don't understand half a sack.
Yeah.
Well, that's like me and you sacking the quarterback together.
Yes,
I know, but just give them both a sack. Just give them both one, man. Half a sack, man. Some bullshit. Whatever. It's all good.
I mean, me and Vic feel that way when they give a team 7.5 points.
I can't stand it.
Yeah.
Lost so much money because of that half point.
Yeah, right. That half a point doesn't cost us a lot of money, man. But I mean, so you say Tua runs it better than Jacoby?
I think so. I think he moves it a lot better. He'll be back against Jacksonville, but I feel like that offense is built around what Tua can do. I don't know. I feel like in the preseason he moved it, and then in week 1 I felt like he did pretty good because the Patriots, to me, they have a good defense. They got some injuries too, but I mean they got a good defense.
Personally, I don't trust Alabama quarterbacks, but I mean, if that's the route you want to take, then good luck with that.
I mean, I'm all for getting Watson. To be honest, but I mean, that's who I'd rather get.
I think at this point, the only person that wouldn't want Watson on his team is Cincinnati guy. Other than that, all 3 of us would take Watson.
In a heartbeat.
Yeah, exactly.
In a heartbeat.
Yep.
Straight up, like.
I mean, not to say that I wouldn't want Watson. I mean, he's proven that he can, take over games. But The way it's looking, I might have one that ends up being better.
Right, you have a quarterback that you don't mind keeping right now. You know.
Yeah.
Well, Watson can run though. Burrow can't.
Still not Watson. It's still not Watson. We've seen Watson do some incredible stuff at that position.
Yeah, Murray's pretty close to him though. The Cardinals. He's the closest I've seen in the NFL together.
The only thing that Murray's going to have a problem with is being as small as he is.
Yeah.
Is he going to last? So far, he's avoided injuries so far, and I hope he continues to do that. But you know, it's always scary with a little guy in there. But I root for him. AJ Green is looking like AJ Green again. So I'm not mad at the Cardinals, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. Any last words on your Miami Dolphins before we keep moving?
Yeah, they're going to make the playoffs. They're going to go 10-7.
Hot take. Hot take.
Bookie.
Oh, man.
Tua's going to come back on fire. Watch. They did it last year. They started out like 1-3 or 1-4, and then they went, 10-6. So, I mean, it ain't the first time you've seen it.
Oh, they must be playing for the remaining of their schedule.
No, actually, the rest of their schedule is pretty easy, believe it or not. No offense, they got the Jets twice. I consider that a win, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, you are going to be wrong. You're going to be wrong.
So next up, they got the Bucks. They're losing that game.
They're going to lose that game.
They might beat the Jaguars. Probably beat the Falcons. You're getting beat by the Bills. You should beat the Texans. You're getting beat by the Ravens. You might. I'm gonna call a split against the Jets. You're getting beat by the Panthers. Probably getting beat by the Giants.
Not if McCaffrey's out. They ain't the same team.
You
saw that.
They played pretty good against Dallas.
Yeah,
I'm still taking the Bubba or whatever the fuck his name is. He looked alright.
Chubba Bubba, whatever.
Chubba Hubba.
Chubba Hubba. He looked good.
You guys butchered the crap out of his name. His name is Chuba Hubbard.
It's Chubba Hubba.
It's Chubba.
You guys are calling it
Chubba.
Chubba Hubbard. Chubba Hubbard.
Like Chubba Hubbard, man.
Chubba.
Like, Jesus Christ.
That's it.
It's Chubba Hubba.
That's my name. Next time I'm on here, it's going to be Chub Hub. Watch.
Chub Hub, yeah. So then to finish it out, y'all getting beat by the Saints, y'all getting beat by the Texans, and y'all getting beat by the Patriots.
Saints. There's no way we're getting beat by the Saints.
Why not?
Winston Jameis going to come to Miami and eat all the seafood.
Yeah, he's going to steal from Publix again and get roped up. That's what's going to happen. Get roped up with Publix.
We all picked the Colts.
Yeah, we all picked the Colts for that game. No one took a chance on the Dolphins.
Sorry, Derek.
Yeah.
It's all good.
So y'all heard it first. The 10-6 Miami Dolphins are getting to the playoffs. 10-7. I'm sorry. Are they winning a playoff game?
No. I'm just happy with the playoffs. Anyway, they're probably going to play the Ravens again, like they do every year. They make it and get destroyed. But I'm happy with playoffs.
Oh shit! Look.
Look at that. Nice.
But I don't.
Things have changed.
I don't have them making the playoffs.
Oh yeah, no. I mean that makes sense.
That 10-7 record, I don't think is going to be enough.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Because I got a few teams finishing 11-6 and better. So.
King B said, "What's in that Dasani?" Hey, we'll see.
Jordan special sauce from Space Jam. That's what's in the Dasani water.
We'll see. All right, so let's back up. We'll go back to Lions and Bears. Me and Joe had Detroit. Vic, you had the Bears. The Bears ended up winning 24-14. And what is wrong with Detroit?
Nothing.
Nothing. They Detroit. Like
what you mean?
Yeah. The reason why I picked Detroit is because, like, I felt Chicago. They were two bad teams. So it's like, pick your poison. You know. I looked at it the way Detroit played Baltimore and the way Chicago played. Who they played that Justin Fields spent more time on the floor than anywhere else. The Browns. So like it was just they both looked hard. Well, Chicago looked horrible the week before, and Detroit looked like they had some sort of control. So I figured, Detroit would win on some 13-10, 13-7 type crap, I mean, he there was no way he could look worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
He spent half the time on the floor. So, it was no way he could look worse, but he did look pretty decent. He showed why he was competent. He didn't take no risks, no chances. They pretty much let the run game do everything.
Yeah, he owed Montgomery a case.
Yeah, that's basically what happened. Montgomery had 2 touchdowns. Williams had a touchdown. They both, Montgomery averaged 4.5 yards a carry. Williams damn near 7 yards a carry. So, and
Mooney looked good too, that wide receiver.
Yeah, Mooney had
a He even had a 10-yard run, I think.
Yeah. So he didn't he didn't throw any touchdowns, but he maintained possession of the ball for the most part. He didn't get sacked a lot, and I just think Detroit didn't put enough pressure on him.
I was just about to say that, but it was against Detroit.
I don't know. It's funny how they was able to put a little pressure on Jackson, but they couldn't really get pressure on Fields. Like I don't understand that. Like you talking about a quarterback that's much more mobile than Fields. He's looking to run more, and Detroit was able to maintain and keep him under some sort of pressure, but not with Fields. Fields was able to, take his time with things, and I don't know. But again, like he said, it was Detroit. So
you gotta take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah. Again, 2 bad teams. Pick your poison. Like lethal injection or electric chair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just upset because we should have beat Chicago and been undefeated right now. You know how hype I'd have been at 4-0? It'd have been undeserved, but I'd have been hype about it. I'm not going to lie.
Look at the Bills. They lost to the Steelers. You don't think they?
Yeah.
You don't think that one loss is
Steelers are struggling.
The Steelers suck right now. So
we're gonna get to it.
Yeah.
So that's fucking with them.
Yeah.
So all right, let's keep it moving. Another one we all picked correctly, although it was a terrible game. The y'all's Cleveland Browns against the Vikings ended 14-7. Baker Mayfield didn't do much of anything. It was really all the run game, which I think Vic had talked about Thursday. I just kept waiting for somebody to score, but it just never happened. Did y'all watch this game? You have any thoughts on this one?
I mean, me and Joe predicted it. Ground and pound defense.
Yep.
I think there's issues between Baker and Odell.
I think there's issues between Odell and Cleveland.
It could be Cleveland.
I don't think he's going to be here next season.
It could be Cleveland as a whole, or it could be just Odell. But I think there's something wrong there. There's something wrong there. I don't know.
Yeah, he hasn't been good since he's been there.
I don't know if they purposely shutting him out or because he was open a lot and they just wasn't throwing him the ball.
Baker didn't look good at all.
No, he did not.
He didn't, but that was because he kept throwing to guys that were covered and not throwing to Odell. He threw to Odell 3 times. He threw to Odell 3 times.
And 2 of them should have been touchdowns.
3 times he threw to Odell Beckham. Like three times. Like let that sink in. 3 times. There's no way you throw to who is supposed to be your number 1 receiver. There's no way you're supposed to throw to him 3 times.
Yeah, and I mean, he caught 2 of them.
And I think he had a run play on the option.
Yeah,
paid out
4 yards.
money, only get 3 targets. It's no good.
Like something ain't right. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but there was plays where he was open and he just wasn't looking his way.
You think he gets traded?
I mean, if you're gonna do that, then hurry up. Like
next season, I think next season though, in the off season. I think
I don't understand the reason for keeping him if you're not gonna utilize him. So if you're not gonna utilize him, get rid of him now. Like send him somewhere. So
good hands is like a jump shot. That shit'll never go away. He's he might not be as fast, he might not be as athletic. He's still got hands. He can still catch the ball.
Yeah.
You got to get it to him.
I don't see anything wrong with his speed.
He still look explosive.
Right. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Like his route running is ridiculous. Like Son is still nice. So
maybe they just not on the same page. That could be a possibility. Like you said, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I mean, Baker threw 15 to 33. I mean, that's pretty horrible. So under 50%, you're supposed to be a Pro Bowl quarterback. That's pretty horrible.
Oh,
and I don't think the Vikings defense is that great to hold you under 50%.
They're not.
So
line is.
But that secondary really isn't.
They was in his face all game, Hunter and Griffin.
Right. But
Griffin is an animal.
They did 180 yards, so they ran all over him.
Yeah, but they couldn't stop the run.
They couldn't stop the run, but I don't know. Something needs to happen between Odell and this team right here.
Even Landry.
Something's going to shake.
I mean, they got 2, Landry can't stay healthy. It's just a weird.
It's the Browns.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Says a Bengal fan.
Exactly. That's how I know a franchise is trash when they've been worse than us for the entire time. Nobody takes the Browns serious. Go back and look at the records. Us two been at the bottom of those standings.
Yeah.
Last and second to last, a lot.
Dog shit and horse shit. Which one would you rather step in?
We taking them serious this season. Maybe you not.
I'm not. You not either. Clearly, you don't have them in the Super Bowl.
I don't have them in the Super Bowl. That don't mean I don't take them serious. The way Kansas City been playing, they about to lose my respect.
Yeah.
Well, I got the Browns winning a division. So.
Well, you know who's number 1 in that division right now.
Tied number 1.
It is not tied. We are number 1 because we have a undefeated record in the division.
Tiebreaker.
What does that mean?
I don't know. It's the NFL. I didn't make the rules. It's the NFL.
It was half a game ahead.
It don't mean
half
nothing.
A game ahead. Like a half point, half a game.
The only thing
it does mean something
is they didn't play as many division games as the other teams. It don't mean nothing. If the season was to end today, you would not win the division outright.
Yes, we would.
Yeah, because they got a better division.
The division record is what helps everything.
Yeah.
I forgot we're giving out awards by week 4.
What award? What award are we giving out?
The Cincinnati Bengals award.
The division.
Hey, he's the one that said if the playoffs started today. I didn't say that. I'm just saying if the playoffs started today, we would be in the playoffs. I just answered the man's question. Did I say we were going to be number 1 all year? No. Did I think we were going to be in first place at any part of this season?
You might be
no.
number 1. Yeah,
but we are, and I'm thankful. That's it.
All right. Well, you got to play some division games.
We played one. So next up, we got the Washington football team beating the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons 1-3. Washington 2-2, 34-30. I tried to watch this game, and Atlanta, I don't know. Even when they look exciting, they're not exciting for me. It was a hard game to watch. What y'all think? Y'all catch any of this one?
I mean, it was a lot. It was entertaining. 34-30, like 64 total points ain't entertaining. Like Matt Ryan didn't look that bad. I mean,
he looked like Matt Ryan.
Yeah, he gave you.
I think
He gave you Matt Ryan. It was 29-42, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. So, what more could you ask for? It's just that defense. That defense is terrible.
Defense is bad.
You let Taylor Heineken throw for almost 300 and
290,
touchdowns.
And efficient. 23 out of 33 was efficient as well.
But he's been doing that though. He's been doing that.
So it was entertaining. If you want to see offense, if you wanted to see two teams air it out, sling it like that was the game. That was the game right there. That was one of the games. You had about 2 or 3 of them that was like that, but it was a high game. Atlanta defense does what it normally do: stay home,
gives up the game.
Yeah, they gave up the game late. They had it in the book, and they just can't close it. They start thinking about that Super Bowl, and like, all right, hold my beer. You guys blew that lead. We're gonna show you how we blow this lead.
That's right. Hold my hand.
Have y'all ever felt an entire city just feel depressed? Because that's what Atlanta felt like the day after the Super Bowl that year. Like we went out and like the whole city just seemed like sad.
You guys are still depressed.
The Falcons are supposed to be good this year.
As successful as the Yankees be, there was a stretch from 79 to 95 where they wasn't doing nothing. And in the 80s, the late 80s, early 90s, they were very bad. I don't know if Vic remember these teams with Steve Sachs and Don Mattingly and.
Well, that was a long time ago. It don't count, right? According to Vic's rules, that don't count.
Those were the dark years, and also
didn't exist.
At the same time, the Mets weren't that great. They were very bad as well. So when baseball season was around during those years, New York was a sad place to be, man.
Not to mention the Knicks. Oof.
Oh yeah, the Knicks weren't that great. You had the Giants once in a while, but the Jets were stinkers. You talk about the Ken O'Brien years and all of that. Like
who?
Don't worry about it.
So, sports in New York during the late 80s, early 90s was like, we will fight you, Is
that a Amber Alert? What was that?
That's my doorbell.
That's his food, his delivery. So I know
looks like Derek fell out.
For a whole city to just feel down on their luck. Oh, Derek dipped.
Yeah, I think something must have happened.
Yeah,
he'll hop back on.
Yeah,
that's
I know what it's like, man. I witnessed it. I witnessed it firsthand. And it wasn't the only time, It was a lot of years where New York sports was just like, we don't want to talk about it. Leave us alone. Don't bring it up. We'll get angry, violent,
That's probably when a lot of New York dudes became Lakers fans.
Well, not really. I think they jumped to Dallas. It wasn't really a lot of Laker fans in New York. That came late, like in the 2000 with Kobe and Shaq and everything else.
I feel like it happened in the 90s for some reason.
I don't know. I didn't really run across a lot of Laker fans in New
Maybe
York.
Maybe it was just dudes in Florida that are from New York that ran to the Lakers.
Yeah, maybe once they left, but
Where'd Derek go?
as far as like
something happened. He dropped out. He'll probably be back.
As far as like New York basketball, they were pretty loyal to their Knicks. You know, I could give them that. But now I didn't see a lot of Laker fans in New York until later, when Kobe came and Shaq was in LA and Phil Jackson went over there and they started winning. Now everybody a Laker fan, but I don't get into that.
All right, well, we all picked Washington to win, so we all were correct there. Another game we all picked Buffalo. Let's see, who's Buffalo play? Buffalo played the Texans. That was a ass whooping, certified 40 zip.
We could just move on.
Yeah, we'll move on. I'm looking at the stats for Texans. It's like, was this a high school team? Like what
stats? They had stats?
No, I think the quarterback had 7 total yards the first half.
They put up stats.
Good Lord! All right, let's move it on.
87 yards and 4 interceptions.
We're gonna move on to a game we were all wrong about. The Giants and the Saints. The Giants won it in overtime, 27-21. Barkley, I think, scored the winning touchdown, if I'm not mistaken.
In overtime.
John Ross, the ex-Cincinnati Bengal, made his debut, had 3 catches, 77 yards and a touchdown. He's a good addition, just can he stay healthy? Galladay finally had a game, 6 receptions, 116 yards, no touchdown. Barkley had combined over 100 yards, 52 rushing and 74 receiving, 2 touchdowns. So Vic, you finally didn't pick the Giants and they won.
Bastards. This some bull.
So I mean, that was a pretty good game. I thought it was over. I thought the Saints had it and the Giants pulled it out.
Danny Pickles.
Yeah, what did Danny do?
Threw for 400 yards.
402, 2 touchdowns and an interception. So that's not bad. You know, interceptions are going to happen. As long as he's throwing more TDs than he is interceptions, you got to be cool with that. 28 of 40. So, and he also ran it 4 times, 27 yards. So, not a bad night for Danny Dimes. So I guess we can call him that for this week. So let's move on. Looks like Joe took a turn leaving. I took a chance on this one. I knew I felt it in my heart. I knew I was going to be wrong, but I wanted the story to continue for Carolina. They end up losing to Dallas. It wasn't really close.
It was a good game.
Yeah, the Panthers made a comeback towards the end. They just fell short. DJ Moore went off.
He surely did.
He single-handedly won me my fantasy matchup this week, pretty much. Chuba Hubbard had 13 carries, 57 yards, and two receptions for 14, but the Cowboys ended up just being too much. Dak had less than 200 yards, but threw for 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. I mean, Zeke went for 143 and a touchdown.
Over 200 yards.
That's going to be hard to beat.
Efficient.
Yeah.
That's the definition of efficient. Like, go out there, do what you got to do, what you're supposed to do to win the game. That's,
Yep. Only 14 of 22. He ran it 4 times, 35 yards. I mean,
he looks good out there. He looks comfortable. He looks back. So, but it's always Dallas. I worry about them around week 12, week 11, week 12, when the pressure starts to get to them. So it's still early. We'll see where they at by week 12, week 13. They the type of team that'll lose the last 3 games in a row and fuck everything up for them. So.
Yeah, shit happens. So we'll move on. Another game we all 3 got wrong. The Los Angeles Rams And the Cardinals, like we mentioned before, Cardinals the only team left undefeated. And Cardinals kind of, I mean, they kind of whooped up on the Rams. I'm not gonna lie, they beat up on that defense.
It was a beatdown.
It
Yeah,
was a beatdown. They Los Angeles looked completely lost. Like
yeah,
they didn't know what to guard. It seemed like it was 11 against 5. Like the Los Angeles defense just didn't have enough players on the field. So another efficient game where Kyler Murray didn't try to do too much. He did just enough. The run game did enough. Edmonds 120 yards. Just everybody, So
Yeah, that Ram defense looked horrible.
yeah, it did.
They look tired. AJ
yeah.
Green and DeAndre Hopkins each had 67 yards each. AJ Green scored a touchdown.
Just enough, just enough to keep you confused because you don't know if they're gonna run with the running back. You don't know if Kyler Murray gonna take off, or you don't know if he's gonna sit back and throw it. So they did everything. They did everything a little bit to enough to keep Los Angeles completely confused. There was nothing from Ramsey. Ramsey didn't make no big plays. It was almost as if he didn't play. Darnold was quiet. So it was like,
shout out to the coaching. They got out-coached as well.
Yeah, they pretty much got out-coached and outplayed. It was, almost as if this Ram team wasn't as good as everyone think they are.
So that brings me to my question: are the Cardinals for real?
I mean, if you look at what they got, they should be. Like, look at that team. That the team is stacked. Like, they got everything. So I don't see why not. Like, why they shouldn't be for real. So it's just a matter of can they stay healthy? Can they keep it together? That's about it. Other than that, we'll see. We'll see down the line. Because, you look at guys like AJ Green and Hopkins. Well, can Green stay healthy? Can he play the whole 17? Like you mentioned earlier, Kyler Murray's style of play and his height. Can he keep going at this rate for 17 games? On defense, you got J.J. Watt. Can he play 17 games? Is he going to be able to give you a full season?
Can Chandler Jones give you 17 games?
Can Chandler Jones give you 17 games and play a full season? So that's the thing when it comes to the Cardinals team. But on paper, come on. What more can you ask for? You got a quarterback that's showing you Russell Wilson vibes. Like, he's giving you that old school Russell Wilson flow. You got two elite receivers in Green and Hopkins. You got a great running back and Edmonds. You got a hell of a defense, not just a front four, but you got a secondary as well. You can't forget about Baker and those guys back there. So on paper, they got the right formula. It's just health and keeping it together. Other than that, I see them making some sort of noise.
I'm not sure. Because
they did
the same thing last year against the Rams as well. Same exact thing. Ran them out the stadium. But what did that get them?
8-8.
And on top of that, they didn't look really good against Minnesota. They didn't look really good against Jacksonville. So they played down to the competition. But you look great against Tennessee. You look great against the Rams. So which Cardinal team are we going to get consistently?
Yep.
That's true as well.
So I'm still giving them a question mark.
Yeah, and right now it's still early. Like I said, once by week 12, week 13, that's when the pressure starts. We got 17 games now. So that's when the pressure starts. When you got 5 games left and you're still battling, you know, with a team for first place and all this, that, and the third, like, you know, so when the pressure hits, what team are you going to be? You know, when the Cards are in first place or fighting for first place and they got to play the Rams, then the Seahawks, then the Niners in back-to-back weeks, that's when you know who's real or not. Like, what's going to happen then, you know? So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think the key for them, like Joe talked about, is health. I think even though they're playing above it, that they're one of those teams who they're not a fringe team, but if they lose 1 or 2 guys, that could be the end of it for them. Like we kind of talked about with the Dolphins and the 49ers. If they, you know, they're not that deep. If they lose 1 or 2 guys, that could be the difference of their season. And you know, injuries are inevitable in the NFL. So all I gotta say is I hope they stay healthy, and you know, I don't mind seeing them play, keep winning. But again, I have my questions as well, just like Vic. I will say though, as far as that defense is concerned, J.J. Watt and Chandler Jones combined for 1 assisted tackle. So they're not relying on those guys right now. I think, you know, they're just kind of letting them play.
They're relying on the rookie Simmons.
Yeah. Just let them, you know, take it light, take it easy right now. And then, like what Joe said, when the real pressure gets on, then they got, you know, just have them there and have them healthy and ready to go. Derek, you got any thoughts on the Cardinals?
No, like y'all said, I mean, like last year, they started out hot, and even Tua and the Miami Dolphins outplayed the Cardinals last year. So it's one of those things, you know, you don't know what you're going to get with the Cardinals. They're a loaded team, but anything can happen for sure.
So we'll keep it moving then. When we all got right, the Packers and Steelers. I just want to talk about for a couple of minutes and how bad Ben Roethlisberger looks right now.
Yeah, amazing.
I mean, is he the worst quarterback in the league?
No.
Playing wise,
not even close.
Yeah, he's the worst. I'm glad y'all agree he's the worst.
He's not even close to being the worst.
No, he's not. He just looks really bad.
But
they got to make a change. Like,
what is it? Is it his skill or what's around him?
That offensive line is horrible. We got to throw that out there. That offensive line
is around him though. He got offensive weapons. You can't say he don't.
Yeah.
Harris is out there. People love Juju Smith, bitch ass, whatever his name is.
They're loaded a receiver.
People like him. They got Clayton. He got weapons. They got that new white tight end. The Steelers always find a way to get like a big white tight end who knows how to catch the ball. Like, he got weapons. You can't say he doesn't.
Yeah, they need to put in Haskins. I think he'll do good with that team.
All right. So follow up. So follow up question: who is the worst quarterback in the league right now?
Including the rookies?
They playing.
Lawrence.
I wouldn't even say Lawrence.
Although I don't like him and he's not impressing, I can't give him the worst quarterback in the league.
I mean, I feel like you got to say Buddy from Chicago just based off that. What was it last week?
Fields.
With that one total yard of offense.
So he has only 2 games under his belt. I'm going to say, although since you said Fields and he only has 2, I'm going to go with another guy that's only played 2, and that's Davis Mills in Texas.
Oh, yeah. Him. Agreed. I forgot about that.
That sounds about right.
Yeah,
I'm going to go with him.
Agreed.
As of right now, I can give him the worst quarterback in the league.
I changed my pick. I pick him.
So... I don't think it's even any other competition.
No, yeah.
I'm gonna give it to him, and I think he's in a class by himself as the worst quarterback in the league.
Yeah. He's so bad I forgot about him.
Right. Yeah.
However,
I already forgot who we're talking about.
However, I will agree with JR. I think it's time for Pittsburgh to move on. It's time.
Oh yeah. We said this.
It's time.
Didn't they draft a quarterback too at some point?
No,
I thought they drafted one. They haven't drafted one in the last few
No,
years.
they didn't draft one. They just went out and got Haskins.
They got Haskins. That was it.
I thought Haskins was gonna be
the starter.
I did too. Yeah,
because he had a decent preseason.
And he started on the depth chart. He started on the depth chart behind Rudolph.
And that's ridiculous for him to be there, you know. So I honestly thought it would be him. But
if I'm the Pittsburgh GM, I'm offering you everybody on my team except for TJ Watt for Deshaun Watson. You can have anybody on my team. I don't care.
I agree.
Even their safety, Fitzpatrick?
Patrick? Bye.
I get rid of TJ Watt too. Fuck him.
No, you can't do that.
I wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't do that.
They might do a straight up trade though for that.
He's trash.
JR would want that because
who's trash? Hold on. Who's trash?
If he ain't on the Bengals,
Ben Roethlisberger.
Okay. You'll take TJ Watt in a heartbeat.
Yep.
Me?
Yeah.
You.
Nah, I'm good. Our D line's good. We don't need a bitch ass motherfucker like him on our team.
That's why you could never be a
And
GM.
like Joe said, you don't hire the enemy. Fuck TJ Watt. You don't hire the enemy.
Something is in your water.
He got the Sonny in the essential.
Is that not your rule?
Out on him.
No, see, that's not when it really comes to players. Like coaching, you don't hire the enemy. Players, you get that motherfucker. If he's good, you get that. Listen, I'm a Mets fan.
Patriots did. Yep.
Vic is a Yankee fan. If Aaron Judge or any one of those bats want to come to the Mets, I will gladly accept him on the Mets.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you,
I'm taking
Vic would have no problem taking Jacob deGrom or Noah Syndergaard because they play for the Mets. If they are good, you take that motherfucker.
I'll give up my baby for deGrom.
Coaching and personnel, that's different. I'm not hiring Brian Cashman or one of the former managers of the coach. No, because then you don't know what their motive is. But a player, shit, you better take TJ Watt. I don't give a damn who you got on your front four. You move that motherfucker over.
Yeah, they ain't better than him.
Open that spot for TJ Watt.
You still have Geno Atkins on your line?
Nah, we let him go.
Yeah.
Everybody from them old teams is gone, bro. He was the last one. They all gone.
Yep.
They all gone. I'm surprised he didn't sign somewhere though.
Yeah, I am.
He played well last year for us.
I thought he
on a bad defensive team, he played pretty well, but yeah, they let him go. All right, so we'll keep it moving. Another game. This is the first time. Let's see. Oh no, last week all three of us got 3 wrong. Wait, 1, 2. We got 4, all of us wrong, which is a career high for all of us. We all had Denver winning. They end up getting beat down by the Ravens. Lamar Jackson 316 with a touchdown. And only 7 carries for 28 yards. Le'Veon Bell, I think this is his first game with them. 4 carries, 11 yards. So, I mean, they played a good game. They beat a good Denver team, or at least we all thought Denver was a good team.
Denver only beat bad teams so far. They haven't beat anyone proven.
I picked Denver because I assumed Jackson wasn't playing. They said something was wrong with his back and he wasn't going to play.
Yep, I saw that.
So that was the only reason why I picked Denver. If I knew Lamar was going to play, I wouldn't have picked him. But it's all good.
Teddy did go down, I think, in the first quarter, and he never came back.
He never came back. Right.
But even before that, Teddy looked really bad. I think he was like 7 for 16 or something like that. So he didn't look great.
Yeah.
But he threw a touchdown.
He did throw a touchdown.
You know, he did what he was supposed to do and pretty much tried to keep them in the game. Locke didn't do no better. He looked even worse. Yeah. And you know, I like I said, I just felt that's the reason why I picked Denver, because I assumed this guy wasn't going to play.
I thought Denver would have played much better in Denver.
So
I think Bridgewater getting hurt is what hurt him the most.
That and I do feel like they kind of fool's gold, because the three teams they did beat were 0-9 prior to the Jets finally winning the game and the Giants finally winning the game. But you know, it's not like they beat any good team. So
best of the worst.
It was expected, you know. Yep. Again, if I knew Jackson was going to play and be close to healthy, there would have been no doubt in my mind to pick Baltimore. So,
yeah, I feel the same way, because I feel like you're the one that said he had some back issues, and I looked up and he was still up in the air.
Yeah, that was the report that he wasn't. They said he wasn't going to play Sunday.
Yeah, I saw
that too. It wasn't like a questionable or probable. They made it like, yeah, he's out like Sunday. So I'm like, all right, well, if he's not playing, then yeah, I could see Denver winning this game. But
they fooled us.
Right. They fooled me. They tricked me. They lied to me. So
bastards.
Yeah, fuck them. It's all good. Some bullshit. It's all good.
So it brings us to the Sunday night game, which I'm sure was emotional for a lot of people. I accidentally turned on the.
Shit almost put me to sleep at work.
Yeah, I accidentally turned on the pregame show, and it was just like 45 minutes of sucking Tom Brady's nuts. I was just like, Jesus, I can't do this. I tried to watch it. I was like, yeah, I'm good.
Nope.
We all did pick Tampa winning. I think we had it being more of a blowout. This was actually a pretty close game.
At 1 point. Yeah, 1 point, I think.
19-17, 2 point game.
Yeah, 2 points, yeah.
So I couldn't watch it. I don't have much to say about it. Y'all got any opinions on it, on Tom Brady's return to Foxborough?
Oh, Brady looked horrible in Foxborough. He looked lost. But once again, that's what Belichick defense can do.
2 games in a row.
He didn't look good at all.
2 games in a row. He
broke Brees' passing record, though. He did break the record.
Yeah, I mean, he's been playing for 100 years.
But they played. They played the same amount of seasons, I think, 20. But Brady missed the whole year with a knee injury. So it's still pretty impressive.
So with that being said, like Joe said, 2 games in a row where he is it Father Time, or is it he just had 2 bad games?
2 bad games. He did this last year with the Bucs. He had games where he struggled, and they made memes about it. You know. I feel like they're bounced back. They're bounced back.
They got the Dolphins next week, so it should be a good bounce back game for him.
You know what? I can't even hate on that.
I don't think it's Father Time. I think, again, I just think Brady be forcing it to Antonio Brown too much. Like he's trying to look for Antonio Brown all the time, and it's like, bro, utilize everyone that's on that team. Like, I don't see how Godwin and Evans are not your 1 and 2 receivers. Like,
agreed.
They should be getting 11 to 12 targets a game. There's no way you should be throwing to those guys 5 times, 6 times. Like, I don't. It's baffling. Like, I don't understand it. I really don't. You got these 2 dudes on your team, and you're not throwing the ball to them. So I think that's what it is. I don't think Tom Brady Now, mind, he's not used to this amount of talent. If you
No.
look at all his teams, they always were decent, semi-decent on the offensive end, but it's like, yo, you should be getting these guys the ball. Chris Godwin had 5 targets.
Yep. He'll have more. Gronk's out for the next few weeks, I think, with a fractured rib.
And I think that's what got Gronk hurt. Like, you trying to throw the ball to Gronkowski 8, 9, 10 times a game.
Yeah, those are the young guys.
In traffic, too.
Why are you doing this?
Yep.
Why are you doing this? Throw the ball to Gronk. I can see in the red zone. That's when that's when your chemistry and your relationship comes into play with Gronk. You're in the red zone. But getting down the field, it shouldn't take long for Tampa to get down the field with Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. It shouldn't.
Well, Mike Evans had 7 receptions, 75 yards. Antonio Brown, 7 receptions, 63 yards.
That was probably his best
3
game
receptions,
this year
65.
so far.
And that's after Gronk got hurt.
Mike Evans had a better game, I think, game before.
He did. Yeah, like 90-something yards.
Against the Rams. You're right.
And a touchdown. But
those was garbage yards, though.
Yeah, they were. They were in the fourth quarter when the team was blown out. And that was after he kind of like got upset on the sideline because Brady kept looking for Gronk. He threw to Gronk 3 straight plays, and they were 3 and out.
Yep.
So I don't get that, man. I really don't. You know?
All right. Well, our last night's game, Monday Night Football, the Raiders versus the Chargers, Vegas and LA. I took the Raiders. Y'all took the Chargers. Y'all were right. I was wrong. 28-14. Both teams 3-1. Derek Carr didn't look great. Herbert looked pretty damn good.
That's every week.
Yeah, he's a good quarterback, man.
Yeah, he is.
Every week.
Like barring injuries, they should keep that man for 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
Did y'all see that post of the paper he wrote when he was a kid?
No.
And it pretty much all came true. It was like he was like, I want to be a quarterback in the NFL, living in Los Angeles. This is like, it was crazy. They're like, yo, speaking into existence, man.
Let me go write something down.
Don't pull a Drew Brees 2.0.
Nah, he looked happy in the LA.
You keep this man, like, and they got a dangerous team around them. They got a good running game. Eckler,
yep, real good.
Invincible,
Eckler's meant to do it all.
7.0 yard average. Yeah,
they couldn't see him. Like, it was like he touched the ball and disappeared. They could not keep up with that dude, man. Like, he destroyed him. So keep that team together. Make sure you keep that offensive line intact to keep Herbert from getting hurt, and they'll be a dangerous team. You know, Derek Carr did what he normally does. That interception killed them. They were marching down the field, and you know, it was 21-14. They had the chance to get down the field and tie it. And what did he do? He threw that interception. Mm-hmm. And the Chargers went right back down the field and scored a touchdown to make it 28-14, and that ended the game. So Derek Carr is always good for that one interception that kills him, and that's what he did.
It's like every time we're ready to say, oh, shoot, Derek Carr's about to be with the elite, he shows us why it's not going to happen. He
throws that interception, boy.
I don't know. The talent is there. I don't know what it is.
Poops in his diapers.
He does what he normally do. But they need another weapon. They need a better weapon. Like, you know, they got good guys, but I don't think none of them are a real natural one, like a one receiver.
Waller is really their one receiver.
And I don't think he's I don't think he's I don't think he's a number one on a lot of teams. Like you put him
Yeah,
on a lot of teams.
Oh,
Waller.
well, Waller's a tight end.
Yeah. He may be a starter and on a lot of teams, but even still, he won't be a number one receiver.
Not a receiver, no.
So and Renfro is good. What is he? What's this? His second year or what? How many years he's been in the league?
I think this is his third or fourth, but he's
third
a
or fourth
slot.
year.
He's a slot. He's like a Cole Beasley type.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's not like a number one guy. So I do think they need to try to find someone out there.
They have an Alabama receiver, Ruggs or something like that.
Ruggs. That's the speaker.
Yeah. Maybe by next season he'll open up a little more. But as of right now, they need a number one. They need a go-to guy.
I mean, Waller had like 1,100 yards last year receiving. I mean, he's a pretty good tight end.
Well, he's a great.
But it's a difference when your main receiver is a tight end and a real wide receiver. Like Waller's not burning you down the line. Like you can't throw a 50-yard pass to Waller. Like you can probably throw a 20-something yard pass and he could turn it into 40, 50 yards. He could break a tackle or two and, get more yards. But as far as like burning you down the line, like when you down by a touchdown and it ain't a lot of time left, like you need that receiver to just go. And I'm going to just throw it up and I know you're going to catch it.
Like Jamar Chase.
Like even the Deebo Samuels,
Yeah, I like Deebo. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, like these guys. So he needs something like that because I think that's what kills him is that he'll throw the ball deep, but he got to worry about the cornerback safety outrunning that receiver, so he ends up short throwing it, and that's where them interceptions come in. So he needs a deep threat. He needs a number one type of receiver. He needs someone with some speed and hands, and I don't think he has that. He's doing the best with what he got.
Yeah, they tried to do it with Brown, but that didn't work out with Antonio.
Nah, he wasn't mentally there.
Yeah, he just didn't want to be there.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted to be there. I think he has a love obsession with Tom Brady. In return, him and Tom Brady are bobs right now.
They're making love.
Yeah, they're bobs.
Yeah, with the Super Bowl trophy.
So, with that being said, this week, Joe, you went 10-6. Vic, you went 11-5, and I went a pathetic 8-8. I lost my number one spot. Vic, you back number one at 40-24. I'm 38-26. Joe, you 37-27. So it's still very close.
I'm right there on the ass.
Yeah. I followed up last week with just poor choices. I'm regretting that Carolina and Raiders pick, but
stop picking with your heart, man.
I mean, Carolina really wasn't a bad pick.
No, I don't think it was. I think what killed a lot of us was the Saints losing to the Giants and the Titans losing to the Jets. And,
yeah, but we all got those wrong.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, the Carolina, I don't know. Dallas was a challenge that they didn't really face yet. So I don't think I could have picked Carolina over Dallas. So
I said it. I just want, with both teams, I just kind of wanted the run to continue with both teams. But it is what it is. But it is 7:30, so we talked about all the games. Y'all got anything left y'all want to talk about? Go Yankees, go Braves, go Mets. I'm pretty sure the Marlins are nowhere close to the playoffs. So
they were last year in the bubble. They were in the playoffs in the bubble last year, though. So
that don't count. Nobody cares about that.
What happens in the bubble stays in the bubble, right?
Yeah, that's why nobody talk about the Dodgers. The Dodgers won that ring. Nobody cares about that. Kershaw still
just like LeBron and the Lakers. That don't count.
Nobody
They win in
cares.
the bubble.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, we don't
I
care about
think the only championship was probably the Bucks, and that's still like, nah, whatever. You know, like we seen it coming. But yeah, MLB playoffs start tonight. Red Sox versus the Yankees. Good luck to Vic's Yankees. They got Garrett Cole on the mound versus Nathan Eovaldi. First pitch is at I believe 8:10.
JD Martinez will not play. That's a
JD
pretty big loss.
Martinez, yep, he will not play tonight. So good luck, man. Hopefully, y'all squeak by this one. But I did pick y'all to lose. So but that's it's not easy gambling against the Yankees.
They got bats. They definitely got bats for sure.
We will on Thursday. I think we'll try to rush all of our picks and do some baseball picks for the playoffs. So we'll talk some playoff baseball Thursday, 6:00. Make sure y'all tune in. This has been Shoot Your Shot Podcast, episode 33. Joe's favorite player, Scottie Pippen, in this bitch.
That's right. SP.
Play is Curry. It's not Pippen.
We appreciate you coming through, Derek. Even though your team's trash, maybe you can come through after your team wins the game. So,
hey, if the Dolphins beat the Bucks, watch. I doubt it, but if it happens,
you calling out that day. You calling out on Tuesday.
Yeah.
What's this shit you say you're smoking?
It's in the water.
It's that Dasani.
Leave that Dasani alone. But
all right, everybody, y'all have a good night.
Tuning in. Everybody have a good night.
Go Yankees. Thanks for 28.